talking, and I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to talk about male attributes. So during puberty, testosterone is responsible for the development of male attributes, such as, what do you think? Here we've got some characteristics. Deeper voice, a beard, body hair, but it also promotes muscle mass and sex drive. A male begins to produce testosterone as early as 7 weeks after conceptions. Testosterone levels rise during puberty, peak during the late teen years, and then level off. So about 6-7 weeks after conception, testosterone begins helping for male genitals. At puberty, as testosterone production surges, the testicles and penis grow. The testicles produce a steady stream of testosterone and make a fresh supply of sperm every day. So the male secondary sex characteristics are penis and scrotum grow, facial hair grows, larynx elongates, lowering voice, shoulders broaden, body, armpit, and pubic hair grows, muscular, so muscle mass increases, and as you can see, it all starts again. Where? At what is that? You should already know. It's the hypothalamus. Very good. And it releases what? It's gonadotropin. Yes. And that is responsible for what? Can you remember? Yes, LH and FSH. What does that mean? FSH is the follicle stimulating hormone. So that, it depends. It does several things. In males, it would, for example, cause a sperm production, but follicle development in women. And it also releases LH. What's that? Do you remember? The luteinizing hormone. That is also a reproductive hormone in both men and women, and it causes testosterone production in men and ovulation and lactation in women. So I told you at the beginning, for example, about the age of 8, the hypothalamus increases its production of gonadotropin releasing hormone, the GnRH. The GnRH then triggers the anterior pituitary, so that is that one, to release luteinizing hormone, the LH, and the follicle stimulating hormone. So as you can see, it stimulates follicles, but in females, and remember, does different things in men. Before puberty, the hypothalamus and pituitary are very sensitive to negative feedback, signals from testosterone and estrogen. During puberty, the sensitivity of the hypothalamus and the pituitary to this negative feedback decreases to levels typically seen in adults. This change allows an increase in the production of testosterone and estrogen that stimulates the development of secondary sex characteristics. If you want, I have a video just about the negative feedback cycles, so do not worry about it for now. So what does it do? So there's LH and FSH, they trigger testosterone production in men and the testes and estrogen production in the ovaries. You remember we've gone through the testosterone release, and this makes men into men. And it's also important for spermatogenesis. That means to produce sperm, because that's also what men do. And these two hormones, they also react in the ovaries, so they release estrogen, and that is important for the female secondary sex characteristics, such as very obvious breasts. They develop and mature, or hips broaden, or pubic hair grows. But it's also important to grow and develop follicles. You know, the little eggs that then travel and so on, and we have another baby. So as I said, if you want to watch this cycle again, the negative feedback cycle, do not worry, you can do so. And now, answer my questions. So where does the whole system start? The hypothalamus, very good. And what does this thing here produce or release? It increases its production of gonadotropin. And that, triggers what and where? So where? The pituitary to do what? To release luteinizing hormone and, yes, follicle stimulating hormone. So let's see what these two do. LH and FSH, what do they do in men? Yes, they produce or they trigger the production of testosterone. And where do they do that? In the testes. The testes produce testosterone. And let's see in women. What does LH and FSH do? It triggers the estrogen production. Where? In the ovaries. Very good. And what does testosterone do? It's important for the spermatogenesis. Very good. Well, what's that long word? What does it mean? Yes, produce of or the production of sperm. And the male and what else does it do? Yeah, it's important for the male secondary sex characteristics. Can you name a few male sex characteristics? Very good. So penis, facial hair, body, armpit, hair grow, and so on, muscle mass. What about the estrogen? It's important for folliculogenesis. What does this word stand for? Very good. Producing follicles. And what is estrogen important? How is it important? Yes, it influences the female secondary sex characteristics, such as what could, for example, grow. Do you know some of them? Breasts grow, hips broaden, and hair grows. Very good.